It's the Horsham District Football League report, and the Jeparit Rainbow Storm star is Peter Weir. He's with me now. G'day, Peter. How are you?
Yeah, really well, thanks, Wayne. And yeah, as a lot of people are, I'm sure, feeling good after the long weekend off. But yeah, in the same token, ready to get back into it this weekend.
Ready to, and there's some very good interest this weekend in Interleague for the kids. So we'll have a look at that a bit later. But a couple of games for them to play after the local stuff on Saturday. But we haven't reviewed round number 8. And let's go through the results at senior level. 24-12 Harrow Balmoral, Narrajua Quantong 5-8. The demolitions by the Kangaroos over everyone else continue.
Yeah, definitely big result there. I think by the end of the game, the Bombers were down to 17 men, Flowman, but yeah, no mercy showed by the Harrow boys and had another big win.
Taylor's Lake are on a roll. 9-13-67 over Laharam, 7-12-54. A great win by the Lakers.
Yeah, we're expecting someone to bob up in this game and kick a bag, and that was come off the boot of James Magna, who's filled in for another game, the ex-Demon there, Flowman. So he was too good against the Laharam Demons and, yeah, won the game for Taylor's Lake.
Kaniva kicked 5 goals, 19 points, to be beaten by Nadimak on their home deck, 17 goals, 9. When you have a home game, you're supposed to kick straighter, aren't you, Weary?
Yeah, I'm very surprised. That's a lot of points, Flowman, and yeah, it's probably when you're down on form, you just find ways to lose games, and yeah, Kaniva have done that there, Flowman, and yeah, gave Nadimak a chance to get their game going and their confidence up, and ended up having a pretty good win.
The Keys aren't too bad. They just don't seem to know how to win this year. The Swifties do, 10-14-74 to 8-14-62.
Yeah, another close game. Still have been involved in it on the right side of the result, and yeah, Kalkee probably a much improved performance, but they'd be still keen to be winning, not losing games.
Eden Apsley did the job over Clint Burdett's Pimpanayo, 11-10 to 6-6.
Yeah, big second quarter there. You'll see on the score sheet, Flowman probably was the difference in the game. And, yeah, that would have been a great competitive game to watch. But, yeah, Edenhope got that jump in the second quarter and held on to that for the rest of the game.
OK, to the Jeparit Rainbow Storm report. And it was a massive win by the Stormers, 13-7-85 to nail last year's premiers, Rapanya, 5-9-39. There's nothing better than winning against the Premier on their home deck.
Yeah, always a good feeling to get on the road, Flowman, and come back with the points. And, yeah, that's what happened against Rapanya. The game never reached any great heights as a spectacle, but we still had a convincing enough win, and it was great to see Tom Schumann at centre-half back and just in the back line in general. He's been a great player for us this year, Flowman, and has led the way as the new captain of the club.
What about your reserves? They haven't had the club song sung too many times this year, but they did this time. 10-7-67 to Rapanya, 4-7-31. A demolition by the Storm Twos.
Yeah, great job. And Rory O'Halloran, Flowman, who actually did his ACL, and I'm not 100% sure whether he's even been in for surgery yet, but he thought, bugger it, I might give footy a go without an ACL, and it seems to be working all right for him because he kicked 6 goals on the weekend. So it's great to see him back out there after an injury.
Oh, he's in good form, as were the young lads. They've come out here and played a sensational game in the 17s, and they've got up and beaten Rupp 8-9, 57 to 7-6, 48 in a thrilling match.
Yeah, close win, and yeah, as we'll mention a bit later, a few boys performed really well in that game, and that'll probably help their chances of getting selected, and did help their chances of getting selected in the under-17s team.
Yeah, the Interleague side, we'll have a look at that in just a moment. Before that, though, we'll get to the 14s, and in round 8, it was a great performance here by Rapanya, 11-10-76 to beat Jeparit Rainbow, 2-4-16. The lads will be disappointed with their last few weeks.
Yeah, they've been a little bit down, although they are very close to the mark still. And even though it wasn't the team's best day, I think Kane Baston had his best game for the year, Flowman, and was best on ground.
Yeah, good effort from him. Okay, some of these boys have put their hand up and are looking at interleague selection in the under-13s. Now, Weary, did you ever make centre-half forward in an interleague side?
Oh, possibly back in the day, Flowman, but yeah, it's great to see Maxie Spokes, who's obviously got some real natural talent in the forward line, and he's a big kid and kicks it well, and it'll be great to see him get his chance in the interleague team at centre half forward, and let's hope he can kick a few goals and make his mark around the league as a young up and coming forward.
What about the under-15s? There's 3 boys that have got selected at this level.
Yeah, Parker Gould, Will Fisher and Xander Eckerman in the back pocket. So we mention those boys' names every week, Flowman. They're obviously very deserving of their spots in that team, and we look forward to see how they go at the next level.
Yeah. Louis Cox, we better mention his name because you get free pies out of that magnificent Bow Bakery.
There's a few good benefits to the Cox family being in town, but footy's a big one of those. And Louis Cox has played some good, consistent senior footy for us, and he'll start ruck rover in the under-17 squad.
Yeah, good on you, Louis. All right, there's a ball coming up on the 1st of July, and no event this weekend at the Jeparit Oval across your local type events. So let's go to this week, though, and we'll go to senior football. Round number 9, Harrow Balmoral get the Swifts. Can anybody take it up to Harrow Balmoral?
Oh, I don't think it'll be this weekend, Flowman. I think, the Harrow boys will just look to continue that great momentum of the first half of the season into the second. And, anything like that standard will be too good for the Store boys. The
Keys get Pimpernio, a rivalry match here for these two, just up the road from each other. How do you see it?
Yeah, unlike the Harrow team, Calco will be happy to forget about the first half of the season, and this is a great chance for them to move on in a positive way to start the second half, and I'll tip them to upset Pimpernel and have a win here. Yeah, Climpert needs a win here to stay with this top 6. It's a crucial match for his side. Nadimak take on Eden Apsley. They're not too far away in terms of neighbourhood. It's at Nadimak and the Sheep Paddingers and against the Saints. I think the Saints... Yeah, danger game for Eden Hope. They'll really love to get the result in this one, just to push themselves away from the bottom half of the ladder, and Natty Muck to keep their season alive need to win. So expect a really close game. Natty Muck are good at upsetting sides, but I think Eden Hope will just be too good in this one. Taylor's Lake have been in good form of recent days. They get to last year's premiers. I might go for Rapagna. Yeah, I think Rapagna will bounce back, although the result will be a lot closer than it would have been in the last couple of seasons. Yeah, the Cougars need to kick straight at Canaiva when they take on Laharam. I'm going to go with the home side. Yeah, I think Canaiva can turn it around this weekend. They had a positive start to the season and they dropped off a little bit for a few weeks, but I'm sure they would have regained their composure over the bye, and I think they'll bounce back and have a good win against Laharam. All right, the Big Weir's been named the best side on the park for a while, I reckon, for the Storm, and you take on Narragansett Quantong at Sir Robert Menzies Park. It's a massive game for you blokes. Yeah, we always have good encounters against the Bombers, and that goes right back from when we first come into the league. So it's great to welcome them up here. They definitely have an advantage at their home deck, Flowman. And I think the forecast for the day is going to be, quite a strong northerly. So both teams will get their chance to score at one end of the ground, and it'll be probably who can defend best when they're going against it. And I think our boys have stood up all year in defence, and that'll be the difference in the game and get the Jeparit Rainbow boys over the line. Yeah, I reckon so. The twos, it'll be an interesting game. Might find it hard against Narragansett Quantong in the reserves. Yeah, Narragansett Quantong probably would have played in the last 5 grand finals in the reserves and won probably 3 or 4 of those, Flowman, and I think they'll be too good for our boys. Okay, top 6 beckons for the 17s. If they can beat 10th place Narragansett Quantong, the 9th place Stormers, a big chance to play finals footy. Yeah, it should be a great game, and I'll have a really good report for you next week, Flowman, because I'm the water boy in this game. But expect a close encounter, and hopefully the lead players for Rainbow aren't saving their energy for Interleague, and I think if they put in good performances, will be too good for the Bombers. Tough game for the under-14s for Lenny Weir and his boys. He's usually the water boy in the seniors. He might give you a bit of lip, but there'll be a tough one for his boys because they take on the 3rd place Narragansett Quantong. Yeah, I think the under-14 boys aren't far away, and it'll be their chance to have an upset win soon, Flowman, and I hope for the boys' sake it's this weekend, but you'd have to pick the Bombers as favourites going into the game. It's a massive game at Jeparit, the beautiful old general store. She's a ripper there too, and nothing like getting down and having a look at some local football for the Storm fans. Big Weary, we'll look forward to talking to you next week about it all. No worries. Thanks, Wayne.